Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Can Manchester United build on the performance versus Crystal Palace? Impressive for long periods, despite the stalemate at Selhurst Park. Who would have thought our attack is not good enough? So we'll be discussing that. Manchester United also start their Europa League campaign tomorrow at home to FC20 and then back to the Premier League with a home game against Tottenham Hotspur, top 6 rivals, some would say. Top 4 rivals, some might say. More optimistic fans, I will say. But make sure you run up the likes, though. Big up everyone supporting, as always. Make sure you run up the likes on the video. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Again, run up the likes, people, expeditiously. Please, whether you're watching live right now, watching this back after, salute to you either way. Share across all the socials, at That's Be Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter/X. Make sure you retweet and like from Twitter, share from Instagram as well. And just as important, like I already stated, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell too. And when you, make sure you hit the notification bell too. Roll to 13,000 subscribers. Build up to that already in the cut. He says, build what? A new roof. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Your stadium's newer than ours and yours was leaking too. But, hey, hostile for you. But you lot got bigger worries than, a leaking stadium. And how about you go build that trophy room, mate? You know what? You ain't won anything in 5 years. But let me bring the ManDem into the building. Big up to Daldo, Oreo, and Good every single time. Ivorian's in the building. Eddie's in the building. What you man telling me, man? You good?
Good as always, man.
All good. I just want to say, I think the behavior I've seen from some fans towards the referees of this great league has been absolutely outrageous. And I think it's on us to remind people to respect the decisions of referees. Without the game, without referees in the game, I struggle to see a game worth watching. So certain fan bases just respect the decisions of the referees. Mr. Oliver has always been an outstanding referee for the Prem. He's always put the Prem first. So I just think, it's in your best interest, your collective interest, to just respect the decision. That's all I had to say.
You know what? I like that, man. That's a great positive message to start off, that we need to respect the officials.
Respect the decision.
I respect the decision.
It's called they call it football decorum. Football decorum, Football decorum. And a certain team that wears red in North London seems to have the least of that by the amount of red cards I've seen come through for them in the past couple of weeks. But we move.
We do move.
Justified as well.
What you telling me, man?
To that, respect the rest.
Yeah, to the Ivorian. Yeah, to that.
Let's just be. We had to respect the rest decisions last season and the season before when we weren't given certain penalties. We moaned about it, but we accepted it for what it is. It is what it is, And the last couple of recent red cards, to me, is justifiable. Anyone that receives a red card from that team, even if it's right or wrong, the referee's right in my eyes. Is what it is. And it's your own fault. Hold your lead, innit? Hold your lead.
Facts. I think that's very fair, man. And I think that's a very positive way and a very reasonable way to start off the live stream. I think so. Very, very good way to start off the pod with a positive message. So respect referees. Decisions right or wrong, they're not there to be abused. They're there to do a great job in this fine Premier League. I'm saying, shout out to the referees.
Just show them the amount of hospitality that the fine country of Italy showed Anthony Taylor. It'll be just fine.
I agree with that. 110%. I hear you on that. 110% without doubt. Let's see what else you are saying. Warrior J, big up to you in the cut. Dial again, big up for the super chat. Shouts to Hano as well. Says my weekly therapy session because I realized my team could be worse. Look at this guy, these Chelsea lot. Big up to Jez every single time. We love to see you in the chat, family. Robbie Stones, big up Flawless. Love listening to your opinions on the ManDem Talk, Spit Facts. Appreciated, Robbie. Big up to Tasman. Big up CP as well. Donna C in the chat as well. Let's see what else you are saying. Thomas B also in the cut. Warrior J, thanks for dropping all the comments in regards to what Ten Hag has been saying with fixture congestion And I didn't even know there was anything with Rashford and Harry Redknapp defending him. That's news to me too as well. But I've starred all those, Warrior J. Any more comments? Put them in the comment section and I'll start them. But yeah, Ivorian, we'll start with you. Crystal Palace away. Drew the game. Actually played well. I can't believe my eyes. Manchester United actually played well for a large proportion of the game and actually created good chances. Yeah, we missed, but I was personally shocked at what we've seen. Then Ten Hag's receiving criticism for the substitutions. I also see Bruno getting criticism as well, which has surprised me. But before we get to the Bruno criticism, thoughts on the game, Ivorian? Thoughts on the game?
Let's start it off with a positive. You look at it this time last year when we played Crystal Palace home and away, we lost. We got moved to in the midfield. The last game at Selhurst Park, which was one of the worst days of the worst games that we've seen from Manchester United last season, we went where we lost 4-0. The positive that we never lost, we drew 0-0. In terms of creating opportunities and chances, we did that to an extent. We was never really felt like we was under pressure against Crystal Palace apart from certain moments, Eze's opportunities, 1 or 2 opportunities. Defensively, we was solid. Going forward as well, there was some great pattern of play. Now we look at the substitution that was made the moment Xerxes came off, which I thought Xerxes himself had a very good game. He, as well, his interplay, his ability to hold up the ball and feed players in and drop deep into the midfield to support the attack and continue the attack and not waste opportunities and waste possession as well was fantastic. But the moment he came off and certain R10 came on, and I'm not talking about the R10s from the past, the great R10s like Ronaldinho. I'm talking about Rashford 10. And as soon as he came on, everything went kalas. Mm-hmm. The bad thing about everything that I saw is that, again, unable to convert our chances. We had so many chances created. I read the stats that Manchester United are the most team to miss the most chances.
That's what I've
seen.
So
that's the slight. In my eye, people may think that's bad, but in my eye, I think that's a slight improvement. It means that we are creating chances. We're just not scoring them. We're not converting. We're not finishing our dinner. And that's what happened against Crystal Palace. Rashford, Bruno, especially if you look at Bruno's performances, the moment where he had his opportunity to finish out his chances, he decided to add finesse to his finish by shooting from the outside of the box, with outside of his boot, thinking that he's some glorious striker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you look at that, you think these are the problems. We have a number 10 who thinks he's a striker and wants to finish like a striker, where he could just place it in the bottom or top corner, and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. His passing was horrible. He lost a lot of possession. This is nothing new to any of us. Bruno loses the ball. We have to be prepared for that every time we see Bruno play. And then what the other substitutes that came on, we are chasing a win. Why Agate has to come on? You've got a lot of options. Bring on an offensive-minded player.
You know what? Then there lies the problem, Ivorian, in regards to we have a lot of offensive problems, but they're all terrible. I mean, offensive problems, offensive options, and I call them options loosely. That's why I just called them problems on accident because they're terrible. But we'll get to that when we talk about that with the substitutions. Because go on as you were, fam. Carry on.
And again, substitution had zero impact. So it's like this. It's like this. I can say it's a good result and a bad result at the same time based on what happened last season and this season. There's a slight improvement, and we saw some pattern of play. Not the best, but you can see that the team is working on it. One of my problems is that Diogo Dalot playing left back isn't as effective as he can be. Whether the manager wants to reflect on the fact that Mazzarri is more comfortable in playing left back and understands the role, understands where he needs to be in terms of position when it comes to the attacking phase of play and defensive type play. He has that understanding. He has that balance in playing in both sides, considering the fact that he plays left back for Morocco because there's no way in hell he can replace Hakimi as right back. So many times for Bayern Munich, he's played left back. I even remember him coming on against Arsenal, playing left back. So he's the player that's better suited because from what I'm seeing, Diogo Dalot playing left back hasn't been the best. He's more comfortable on the right, and that's a fact. And again, that caused problems in terms of having that relationship with Garnacho going forward. The overlap wasn't there. Another good performance by Dalot, which I don't understand my manager. Ahmed Diallo. Another good performance from him, where he himself played well till he had to come off. And again, my manager, we're trying to win. The best winger, who's the most creative out of the other two, compared to Garnacho and Rashford, you take off. You keep on Garnacho, which we can all see Garnacho was tired. Garnacho was tired towards the end because, of course, we have to remember he played midweek and came off, and Ahmed played the last 10 minutes. And you would think Ahmed would have more of the stamina and the duration to play the whole 90 minutes. True. Why take him off? And that's the problem. You took off Xerxes, you took off Ahmed, and they were linking off really well. And you put on Rasmus Højlund, who offered nothing. Again, I have to say, this is on the players and also on the manager. Players, because they were failed to convert their opportunities. De Ligt had an opportunity. Xerxes had an opportunity. Bruno had an opportunity as well. Garnacho had these opportunities. And the manager for the substitution, which had zero impact on the game, and again resulted into a 0-0 draw. It's like one step forward, two step back. The great thing is that we kept a clean sheet. We kept 3 clean sheets in a row, which has never happened before. So there are positives to take, but there's a lot of negatives.
We have kept 3 out. Is it 3 out of the 5 league games as well have been clean sheets, which is a positive. That is a step in the right direction. Yeah.
But over to you, Eddie. Over to you. I don't know what you can say about that match.
Yeah, man, Eddie. What are you telling us? Can United build on the performance?
There you go. You had to. You didn't
ask him about these. You didn't even ask him about the Crystal Palace. You went straight to the can we build for the result?
Because we know that he's going to talk about the game. But it's 2 questions in one. Eddie's a very intelligent individual. He can handle 2 questions. You know what I'm saying? He can think about 2 questions in his brain and answer one and then answer the other.
I'll be real. Like, for me, watching that game, it's like, you know what's crazy? Because at one point we played like dumpster juice, right? Now we play like crap. There's an improvement, but it's still trash. You dig what I'm saying?
I get you. Yeah.
So that's
like
the
2
thing
out of 10
with,
to like a 4 out of 10. Got you.
Yeah, we went from like a 2 to a 4 because we kept the ball. But I remember I was saying it during the stream. We just kept the ball to keep the ball. We should have been creating more chances, and I felt like our best chances, the best opportunities came from a counterattack or them making a mistake.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, we were highly ineffective when we kept possession. And only when Crystal Palace made a mistake or, we just won the ball back did we look dangerous. And I think it's not even a problem. It's just I'm so numb to this shit from these players that anything that looks different, I immediately kind of want to, give them maybe too much praise. So I've had to temper that because I didn't think Crystal Palace were good at all.
No, Crystal Palace were
from just an 11 standpoint, they lost a lot of talent. They're not the same team. And just from the way they were forced to play because of that, I thought the entire time they were holding on for dear life. If that game went 1-1, I wouldn't have been shocked. It just happened to go 0-0 because while we dominated, like I said, the types of chances we missed were the types of chances that I'm accustomed to us missing. Rashford, Bruno, the usual suspects. And I've kind of almost hit the Ivorian threshold when it comes to Rashford because I used to just think like, you know what? Put somebody out there who could put it on a plate for him. Put a left back who could kind of cover his deficiencies when it comes to tracking back. And we should see something out of him. And it was the same old bullshit. It really was when he came on the pitch. Now, Garnacho, I don't even feel like going in depth on because y'all know I think he's a scrub. Right? I don't have high hopes for that brother. Feel me? He got more smoke through his. I think his brother's the burner account. I think that's him tweeting all that nonsense. So he got more smoke for Twitter than he got for defenders on the pitch. Because the brother looks cooked. He's not a starter. He's an impact sub. And for Ten Hag not to understand that is just Ten Hag being Ten Hag.
Oh yeah. We
You know
know
what I'm saying? Like,
we know what to. We know what we are getting with him, and the fact
know
that
what
people
it
are
is,
now
man.
criticizing him, even though I don't think he's most to blame at that, but people blaming his subs, and we'll get to the Bruno point because I'm seeing a lot of Bruno discourse everywhere. I've seen it on social media, I've seen it in mainstream media, I'm seeing it in content. Who would have thought, Eddie?
Who would have
Finally, they're
Who would
walking
have
up.
thought?
Look at that, huh? Look at God, huh?
Who would have thought
cool.
that a number
Bruno
10 who shoot first might be a problem in the side?
Bruno Fernandes, fraud.
Who'd have thought? And big up Mike for the super chat. Mike, I'll let you respond to this, Eddie. Big up Mike, appreciate it. Liverpool's goals against us came from our mistakes, so don't get your point about United's best chances coming from Palace mistakes. That just means we press well. We have missed the most big chances.
God bless, bro. God bless. I think at this point, there's certain conversations I'm willing to have. There's certain conversations I'm not. I know what I saw. Okay. We kept the ball for just keeping the ball safe, bro. We didn't look at highly effective at any point in time. Maybe one. And maybe I'm being graceful when I say one chance or opportunity was created from us playing from the back to the front. For the most part, our chances came from us capitalizing off of their mistakes. That's just a fact. Yes, it's a fact. If you look at when Zersky played that pass to Garnacho, what was the passage of play before that moment?
You're talking about when he bared down a goal with the left foot? You're talking about the one-on-one or the right-footed one that hit the bar?
The right-footed one that hit the bar.
Hit the bar. Okay, then Bruno missed the follow-up. Yeah. Okay.
So, and I think that was our best chance of the game. And you put that up against the Eze chances that he had.
We had a couple very good chances.
Really good chances. It was very close. So, God bless. We're just going to agree to disagree. But, yeah, it was everybody playing the role that they've been playing since we've been talking about this shit. Bruno being Bruno.
Bruno, man.
Bruno.
Bruno. And Mike, big up for the super chat as well. Bless.
Zersky, I struggle with him. Not like in a bad way, because it's like by definition you're the striker, but your performance should have led to goals. The way he played football on that pitch yesterday, or the day before yesterday, he can hold his head up high. Ahmad's the same way, because for me, he seems so dangerous with the ball at feet, but then it's like the end product sometimes is there, sometimes it isn't. But he's a younger player still getting used to being dependent on for Premier League minutes. So I'm going to give him a bit more grace. Backline, professional performance, as always. Midfield, now we start to have some conversations.
Because it was Eriksen, Maino, Bruno. That was the midfield trio that started the game.
Yeah, imagine in any world thinking that shit would be okay, right? But that goes to show you how bad Palace were. Yeah. I don't think
I thought Eriksen played well though.
That you can get away with that. Again, we discuss it all the time. Athletes in midfield. And what do they look like? And what's their profile?
And they had a lack of it too. That's the craziest part. When you look at Pat, it was Wharton. I can't remember who the other midfielder was. But yeah, they didn't get going either. I can't remember who was in there.
They didn't get going at all. They couldn't win the ball back off us for the longest. Yeah. And then they put in them French brothers, and you already know what it is. So overall, the game was what I expected, because it fit the bill of everything we've been doing for the past couple of months. That was it for me, bro. Like it was same old shit.
Kamada, that was it. Thank you, Warrior J. I couldn't remember who the other midfielder was, but they were poor. But I do give Manchester United credit for also taking advantage of that and making them play, contributing. To Palace playing poor. And we had enough of the ball to do more. So I hear your point. Like I'm more disappointed in, even though we created enough chances to win the game, I think we should have created more because we had enough of the ball in the correct areas. But like Diallo was good. I put it this way: I don't think any of our attacking four was outstanding. For Ericsson was good. And I thought Maynard was good, kept it ticking, but Garnacho, Xerxes, Diallo, Bruno weren't all bad. In particular, that first 60, 65 minutes, they weren't all bad, but they didn't do enough. Well, Leon's in the building as well. Yes, Leon, what are you telling me, man?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
What's the reality, my bro?
This guy's I just seen the name.
5 goals
five goals in 5 games. I get it flawless. We'll talk about that shortly. But Leon, hope you're well. And thoughts on the game against Palace?
It's good. I only caught one half because I was running around. We had quite a lot of.
You catch the first half or the second half?
I caught about 20 minutes in till about 65.
Okay,
so
you
I've seen a bit of both.
Parts. Yeah, you seen some of the good stuff.
I don't know, really. I think it was like 50. I kind of don't put it all on the manager, even though I know he made the. He didn't give us the best chance when he made the subs. He kind of killed the game. Like definitely the choices he made, but I can't go to town on that because that's what's expected. He's been doing that for ages now. So, I mean, his subs are just. I mean, even his Barnsley subs were just. I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? You know how he run with this team. Yeah, I just feel like I kind of like the way we were playing in certain passages of the game. I kind of like the team that he started with. I think the players have got to take a little bit of responsibility because they've got to finish the dinner a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of predicted this season really, but as a starting point, what have we got? 2 losses, 1 draw, and a win. Sorry, and 2 wins. Is that right?
In the
2 wins. 2 wins.
Well, we got 2 wins,
2 draws and a loss. No, 2 losses and we beat Fulham, beat Southampton, so that's 2 wins. Drew to Palace, 2 losses.
2 losses.
Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses, draw.
Is that worse than last season?
No, I feel like we're doing better than last season.
I think it's a worse start. I think it's a worse start.
Yo, bear in mind we're 11th. Bear in mind we're to Eddie.
Yeah.
11th?
Well, we have 7 points. And guess what? Our goal difference is back on balance. Better than last season.
No. I feel like
0, man. But like Hideki said, we still owe them with -1 because we owe him from last season. But as you were, again,
if it was another manager, then we would be we wouldn't be bothered about the 11th place because any team can go down there. We've seen teams go like. Do you remember that time when Liverpool went down to like 17th and then finished and nearly caught us? So it's like. Yeah. But
remember Arsenal being bottom of the league a couple of seasons ago. I hate you.
We need everything to go our way in it. Like if I relate it to boxing, it's like you get a world title fight against someone who's just levels above you. You go straight from a British title to a world title, and you know that everything has to go your way. You have to box perfectly for 12 rounds to get close. Do you know what I mean? But really, in the back of your mind, you know you're going to get sparked in it. So it's like, yeah, you do. Do you know what I mean? You see it. Do you know what I mean? You see it. And they just take it for the payday in it. Like I don't blame them in it because it could be life changing. But United, it's like. Honestly, it happens. You know what I mean? United,
it's life-changing money.
Yeah, you think I'm joking? Yeah.
You'll know this because you work in the sport of boxing, so you'll know people will take bouts and be like, you know what?
Yeah. People are inactive. Like when Avanesian fought Crawford, I just knew he was going to get sparked in it. 5 rounds done. Do you know what I mean? Finished.
But you got big bread for it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Or so. Yeah, I just feel like I knew the first half of the season. Do you remember what I said about the first half and the second half of the season? I said the first half's going to be a struggle, the second half's going to be thingy because I think he's going to get sacked. But I don't know. We're going
to put that on the manager. That's funny. I said, the second half will be better once the manager's gone. But
because I don't think it'll last, innit? But I don't think it will. But the next few games are going to tell us a lot because next month is very, very difficult as a schedule. So we're going to see how well he gets on in it. I mean, I know people started saying we were doing flawless, tried to, do you know what I mean? Like draw everyone out last week by saying, well, how are we going to do in the next 5 games? And,
right.
But yeah,
how am I
surely, guys, we're going to beat 20. And surely, Brian, I was like, I ain't falling for this. Do you know what I mean?
I asked the question and we were all pretty much in agreement, give or take. Like, actually, in regards to genuine.
I'm saying, man.
We're gonna win those games. What?
This is why, you know, Flawless. If you ever went into a life of crime, I trust you because you got an out. You got an out for everything. You got an out for everything. Brother asked us a question, and you say, I just asked the question.
Man said he's got 3 alibis.
I just asked it was how many? Because someone I asked about the next 5 games overall. And I was like, "What? Where were the definite wins? Where are we confident saying we win? Am I confident we beat FC 20 tomorrow?"
That's what you said. That's what you said. Huh?
Was I confident of beating? Was Barnsley at that time? Because it was last week, so it was before the Barnsley was one of those games. They were the 2 games I was looking at. Palace, not so much. Spurs at home, not so much. They were the Villa. I think is the one after that, not so much.
Villa away.
That's what it was. Yeah, Villa away. Yeah, Villa
you know
away.
that sounds like. I'll be real. It's like I remember watching this show and this guy's on the stand and he was like, "Judge, I don't know what happened. The guy just fell onto my knife 100 times, bro. I don't know what happened."
That's crazy. That's crazy. And just saying, last season you started the 5 games with 2 wins and 3 losses to us, Arsenal and Brighton, with wins in Wolves and Nuts. So we are up on the points total.
Do you know what? I feel like a scumbag for even asking that question because the standard is so low that I said, do you know what I mean?
I'm glad you asked it.
I didn't ask it.
If I would we're watching, dog.
If I would have asked it, I would have got blamed for it.
No, I didn't ask it to justify anything. It was just genuinely asking. I just want to qualify that one there because like the standards are rubbish. But yeah, I feel like we've all seen in the first few games of the season. I don't know if you lot can agree with me. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I did.
Corey, man.
Corey, man, where are you? Corey, I showed up. Where are you,
5 minutes away. He's 5 minutes away. He'll be on shortly. Yeah, Corey.
Corey. I feel like so hard to say this, you know, because I just don't.
Go on, say it, man. It's uncomfortable.
I feel like with the right combinations on the pitch, we've definitely seen better football this season. I feel like when he gets the front 3, so if he plays like Rashford, Ahmad, and Zertsky, or Garnacho, Zertsky, and Ahmad. If he plays Eriksen, Cass, and somebody else, or Eriksen, Cass, Maino, Eriksen, Cass, Ugarte, we're going to see better football. It's just the adaptations in the game and what he thinks he's going to do to win it just scares me, innit? Like, because it's just, he will have like, I believe that team could have definitely got a little 1-0 against Palace if they'd have carried on.
Absolutely.
Creating chances. And then when you just take off that, like, bringing Højlund on, I don't get it. Taking Eriksen off, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people talk about, Eriksen should come off. He's not got legs and stuff like that. When you've got possession, you don't need that much legs. You don't need half as much legs as when you're in transition. Bringing Ugarte on when we're trying to win a game, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, sacrificing Ahmad. I don't understand
the Diallo and Xerxes ones I look at very funny. Eriksen to an extent, I kind of get, but the other 2, I hear you. And if I'm the manager, I'm leaving Eriksen on there.
But
even if you put who was playing behind Eriksen? Sorry,
it was Eriksen, Maino, and Bruno. That was the midfield.
Yeah, so even if you sacrifice Bruno, who deserved to go off in this game, you push Eriksen into Bruno's position. You bring Ugarte on, and you say, Ugarte, I don't want Eriksen to be doing much running. You're going to now pinch the ball, give it to this player, and they're going to feed it to Eriksen. Because if you're playing a higher line, so you're basically in their half or just slightly behind, Eriksen doesn't have to do that much. Even if sometimes Zertsky picks the ball up and Eriksen drifts into Zertsky's space, and then they link an interchange.
That number 10 doesn't need to do that much running. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mind-boggling, Leon. Hey, mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? That number 10, madness. You put someone in number 10 who's technically very sound and could create. They might not have to do that much running. And keeping the ball, you have to do even less running. Who would have thought that possession matters?
Because the thing is, you can afford to maybe let Eriksen play 90 minutes because you're playing 20 next. It's not like you turn around and you go, right, I really need him. And like, especially if it was Spurs the next game, you could say, right, we won't play him in this game because there's going to be a lot of space in behind.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to begin to try and work out what he's trying to do because it's been too long now. Like there's it's been way too long now. Trying to figure out what he's trying to do is madness. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you get a gal and she's just acting mad and you're like, I have no intention of trying to figure out what's going through your head right now. Like, switch off. So
leave, 100%. You just literally just switch off. Like, I'm gonna just leave you to shout with yourself. Like, I'm not involved.
Yeah,
I hate engaging that. No, it's crazy. Every
Like
man's
when they
been
turn
there.
around for us and and you're like, what's up? And they go, no, you know what's up. And you know the games like that. I was talking to my brother about this last night. You know what's up. It's like, I really don't really care.
That's why I'm asking. Oh, it's because you don't care. No, I just don't know.
Louder riddles. Man's not Riddler.
This is the Riddler. Do I look like Batman? What's going on? Like, you need to tell me straight up.
But you know what it is, Leon? To that point, dog. When people are like the subs, I don't get the subs. I do get the subs because it's Ten Hag, and he tried to win the game with the team that he trusts the most, the attacking front three that he trusts the most. The greatest lesson: people will always show you who they actually are. This is a manager who needs to win a game. I must put Rasmus, Garnacho, and Rashford on the pitch at the same time to get a goal. He starts them, big games, he plays them like that. Was it the Liverpool game that he dropped Ahmad for? I forget who it was, but
Garnacho and Rashford played that
after
game,
player of the month, Eddie.
After player of the month.
And scoring against Brighton.
Those two are his people. Those two are who he fucks with the most. And then I think, again, shout out my dog Rude. I think Rude like, yo, you should play that false nine type shit. And he's like, I have the perfect guy for you. Bruno Fernandes is the perfect guy for him to play that. And it's just like, yo, you know how this story goes. You keep trying to act like every Disney princess story don't end with her getting the love of her life and type shit with the animals dancing and singing around her. That's just what happens. You put those three out there, they can't fucking score a goal. Period. It's the Bermuda Triangle. Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho, where the ball goes to die.
That's horrible, man. Before we ended the game,
that little three quarter triplet right there.
Yeah.
Football goes to die when they step on the pitch, bro. That's when it's really kickball, see ball, kickball, chase after ball.
Yeah, man.
That's when that shit really metasizes and becomes what we know it to be. These fucking scrubs, dog. I'm trying to keep my stress level, my blood pressure low, but I have to get it out just to really. These fucking scrubs.
Talk about it.
My club, man. Like, yeah, I'm watching all these other teams play around the world, and I'm seeing left wingers who can actually use both feet. And then I see Marcus Rashford, that if I put his shit on autopilot, he'd just be dribbling in circles. Can't win with him.
Yeah.
And Eddie, you can't win because when it's time to drop Marcus Rashford, it's a problem for the media. You know, even though Marcus Rashford has been poor from the start of the season, and Ahmed Diallo has been fantastic from the start of the season, but still, we still get pundits, especially ESPN, questioning why Marcus Rashford got dropped. The guy scored 3 goals in 2 games. We forget that Marcus Rashford's been trash throughout the before he scored 3 goals. We disregard that.
He was saving these parents money by feeding their kids for him.
On top of that, forget scoring the 2 goals or 3 goals in the 2. Look at who we played. We played a League One side and a team that is championship.
Oh, did you hear what Saeed said yesterday as well? Apparently our under 21s beat Barnsley.
Yeah, no surprise. Hey, shout out to Ash. He mentioned this.
That's true.
That's mad.
Stevenage beat Barnsley this weekend, just gone.
That is true. The under 21.
Stevenage just got 3 past them. But hey, we move. And
by the way, quickly, I was going to say shout out Sheik and shout out Fen in the chat as well.
Yeah, man. Big up Mikey, big up Big Bro.
On the work you're doing and that, yeah. What did Kaneki say about tactics? He put a comment.
He said, because he said tactics. What was it? He said it on the Yardman show. Tell me to explain Ten Hag's tactics or fly a kite made out of the concrete. And he said, I'll fly the kite. and the kite will fly.
Big up Corey, man.
Well, I literally rushed him from work. I've just slapped on my laptop. This is why I'm looking like this right now. But
it's all good, man. Bless
Yeah.
her, Corey. Every single time, man.
Wait, we haven't checked the
Policy.
title. You didn't put the title in the chat. Come on, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Again, he's
again.
doing it again.
I didn't clock. Yeah, he's doing
Do
it again.
what
I'm
again?
ignoring
Were you
that.
not impressed? Was it not a good performance, Corey? Huh?
I'll tell you what. You know what? Yeah.
Go on.
We played well, innit? We did play well. We played well.
all right.
okay.
Yeah.
But as I said, yeah, playing well we're not getting results. For me, results matter. First and foremost. The main thing is you win the game. I don't care. Obviously, I want to see a certain level of performance, but I don't care if you perform a decent level and you're still winning the games. Just win the games. Like, go and win the games. Oh, wait, am I lacking, by the way?
No, you
No,
said
you're
right. Good. We can hear you. You saying go win the game? Yeah, go on.
Go and win the games, man, at the end of the day. For me, you have to win them. You can't be... Look, how many chances did we have? Like
We had
5,
more than enough.
6?
We had more than enough chances to win the game.
By the way, Corey, just one sec. Can we just check in on Eddie? You're right. After he said his speech, just sat there looking.
No, he just in disbelief, upset. You know, just had enough of this. You know,
honestly,
he back out.
What's going on, man?
They subscribe, dog. Subscribe, bro. Not like that, man. I'm listening to the homies talking. It's just like, God damn, like we
every week.
I wish, you know what? I wish it was every week in regards to the creating of chances, because we've spoken about Manchester United's attack. Our attack stinks. Like, let's just we know that. However, in this game in particular, we created enough to win the game. But however, we seen the sheer lack of quality. Did we create enough to win the game? Yes. Should we have created more with the amount of possession we had and where we had the ball on the pitch? Also, yes, I said it. None of our attacking players had outstanding games. I think if one of them has an outstanding game in that front four, we create more and then win the game and talk about all the chances we missed, but we win the game 1-0 or we win the game 2-0. So we see that. In regards to the subs, where his subs bad, yes. He couldn't make, you know what, in Ten Hag, not in his defense, but this comes back to his construction and everyone else's construction of the team. What good subs could he make? Who was the good sub? We are chasing a game and trying at Palace, right? At Selhurst Park and trying to win the game. Our attacking options are Højlund, Rashford, Anthony, Mount. Stinks. Who's the good option?
I agree.
I personally think you can swap one. You can swap one out of that. You could swap Anthony, or you could swap. Was Rashford on the bench?
Rashford was on the bench. Here's what we're talking about, Leon.
No, but I think it's the fact that he swapped all of the technical for all the non-technical.
All the non-technical.
So let's say he would have left Xerxes on and he switches out Garnacho for Rashford.
Yeah, which is more of a like-to-like substitution.
Yeah, that's better.
I think that's better. I think we win the game.
Yes, we do. Garnacho was clearly tired. He was exhausted. So swap like for like with Rashford and Garnacho because they love chasing balls. They love chasing it. I said pause. You know, I acknowledge what I said. I took full acknowledgement. But what did they do? I took full acknowledgement.
I think it was the hand gestures with the, you know what I mean? It was everything that was involved. Yeah.
But yeah, let's say he does that. What other top side is doing that? What other top side is putting on the player at the level of Rashford and the form he's in? So he's not that good of a player, and his form is also terrible.
Well, that's when he should.
He's our go-to guy to go and win us a game.
Yeah, I think that's when that. Yeah, that's when he has to do.
No team. City were playing Arsenal, and they're chasing the game. Who do they bring on? Foden, Grealish.
Foden.
Yeah, that's when
Chelsea are up at Palace and look at who they're bringing on. And Neto.
Yeah, but
I
don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair on Ten Hag, innit? I don't think that's fair to bloody put, like, say, oh, look who we're bringing on. End of the day, we done pretty well in our window. We can't just literally drop our whole 11, swap it out. We're not Chelsea, unfortunately.
No. It's not about the whole 11, Corey.
And get a whole new team.
It's about our construction whilst he's been here. These are his attackers.
But it's all about getting he at one stage he got the best of Rashford in finishing. Rashford was finishing everything at one stage.
Yeah, that was there. That was Rashford.
The thing is, do you know what it is?
No, Corey. That before you go, Leon, that was it though. Mm-hmm. It was solely Rashford. He signed Anthony, who's been awful. He signed Mount, who's been awful. He signed Højlund, who's been awful.
Has Mount been awful, or has he just not played?
He's been awful from the moment we signed him.
Both.
Because you don't see him.
Has he not played? Like
When he's not played a lot, but he's been awful.
How
It's
is
not
it
been-
fair? It's literally like dropping in a random player. Maybe it's a stretch to say from. the
Okay, so
academy.
let me ask you, Curry,
A
if you're the
random
manager,
player
Mount was
here
on the
and
bench,
there
would you
just
have brought
saying
him on?
something.
Mount was on the bench, would you have brought him on?
I
He was
wouldn't
on the
have
bench,
brought
would you have brought him on?
I would have brought Mount on.
For who?
Really?
I would have brought Mount on for Bruno. Trust me on
What in the game against
I would
Crystal
have brought
Palace?
Mount-
No, you ruined the balance altogether there. That's mad. No, you can't do that.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
hold on a
That's mad.
second. Once you make any subs, the balance is ruined anyway. If you
No,
sub
no,
out
no,
Xerxes,
it's
the
not.
whole balance is
It's
ruined.
not.
Hey, hear what you just said. Hear what you just said, Corey. Hey, once you make any sub, the balance is ruined. That's my point.
Yeah.
Our
No,
attacking
I don't
options
agree with
are
that.
off.
I don't agree with that.
Who would you? What would you have done? What
So
subs would you
we've
have done?
already established that Garnacho for Rashford doesn't affect any balance. Yeah. Garte, who was playing midfield, so it was behind. So it was
It was
Eriksen,
Eriksen,
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah, Eriksen goes into the 10, Bruno comes off, and Agate comes on, even more balance. So I
So
don't
you would
agree
have
with
went
that.
Agate, Maino, Eriksen as the
Yes,
midfield
I would have
trio
gone something
and
like that.
Rashford.
Was Cass on the
Yeah,
bench?
yeah,
Was Cass on the
yeah.
bench?
I'm with
Cat
you, Leon.
was- I think Cass
I
was.
think Cass was. I would have actually gone for Cass and let Agate just sit. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
I'm
personally.
with you,
It
Leon.
wasn't, it wasn't the
taking
game
off
for
Bruno.
Agate because if I put Eriksen and Cass, and when we're attacking, if Cass's responsibility is when we're defending, you need to get back and cover. But when we're near the box, you need to do what you've been doing from the start of the season, is trying to feed balls in as well as Eriksen. You've got two guys that are now trying to feed the attackers. When it comes to the subs question, yeah, obviously we all know there's a lack of quality and a lack of technical ability when we go to the bench. We all know that. Like, we all know that's a fact. But the problem I have with Ten Hag, one of the biggest things is he's not a manager that will try to take the right risks. So Zertsky is such a key part of that attacking frame, yeah, and Ahmad is as well. So for me personally, yeah, I'm looking at the left wing. If I don't want to bring on Rashford, and what you're going to have to do is you're either going to have to do a 2 up front and put Højlund with Zertsky or Rashford with Zertsky. You have to change the whole formation and do it that way. That would have been better. Or you stick with your 3 and you go, out of all of these on the bench, Rashford's not in form. Anthony could play left wing. He's left-footed if you give him a simple role. But this is the problem we have with the manager. He doesn't turn around to Anthony or Højlund and say, you're going to play left wing, and these are the simple things that I need you to do. Forget all of the stuff before. Højlund, you're going to run a channel, and then you're going to look for this person. You're going to cut back, penalty spot. Anthony, I need you to just get it in towards the penalty spot along the floor. Do you know what I mean? Because there's never simple instructions, and I don't feel like there is much instruction, because it's literally like, go on and see what you can do. We haven't created that system because we see lesser teams with players that shouldn't play in certain positions doing a job all the time. All the time.
We don't have height. We lack height.
I don't think that was the issue, though. I feel
Height
like he's
in
getting
what-
the ball in the
what
right
particular-
area.
height in
we
what
know-
particular
we know-
area?
But here the thing is,
if
we know
cross the ball, who's actually getting ahead besides from Højlund?
No, but my thing, Corey, is, yeah, if you cross the ball along the floor, you cut it back to a player that's coming towards the box or between the penalty spot and the box or the penalty spot. I know for a fact Ahmad, Eriksen, or Zertsky will make the correct movement to be in one of the positions there. There's 3 players, but we don't play off that probability chance. We just play off Rashford's going to come on, do a wonder and score. And that's the biggest problem I have with the manager. But yeah, sorry, go on.
I hear that in regards to it, but the problem is under this manager, these attackers are not good enough. Who are we talking about?
They
These
haven't been given the
attackers,
system
like
to
you
become
heard
the
them
best that they
say,
can be.
like you
But that's the
heard
point
them
I'm
say.
It's his
making.
fault, yeah.
But that's the point I'm making in regards to these players. One, do I think they're good in general? Our attacking players, no. Do I think
No.
another manager gets better out of them? Yes, but I understand the manager we are under. Under the manager, our attacking options stink. No one else at any top level club is bringing Højlund and Rashford off the bench to win a game and to back
Or
that
even Mount.
Anthony and
Or
Mount.
even Mount.
Yeah, man.
That's
crazy.
that quarter. I can't think of a worse quartet.
And
To change your game
that's
for
my
you.
thing.
They'll be worse. They'll be worse. They'll definitely.
Who-
Not at top
Who
level.
is
Who's
that?
worse, Leon?
They'll definitely.
What?
But what level are we talking about now? Top level team.
Well,
I'm saying top level, top 6,
top
and
level.
Spurs can't score either.
I would say Spurs have got.
Spurs, exactly.
Spurs are
And-
Who are they
definitely
bringing on? Brennan Johnson. Werner.
and Spurs,
No,
and
he's-
Spurs-
All
again,
healthy.
Brennan Johnson's starting. He's starting.
All healthy.
Johnson.
Brennan
Brennan
Johnson
Johnson's
starts.
starting in that side.
yeah.
Who did they bring on? Let's have a look at the bench. I know
Let's
they bring
see.
on.
Super
Werner.
Exactly. And none of us have Spurs doing anything this season.
No, I picked.
That's the
finish
point I'm
ahead of
making.
them.
None of us have Spurs. None of us have Spurs doing anything of note this season. Do any of you man have Spurs in the top 4?
No, but we're Foz, you and
They
I
might
are in
make fifth.
agreement. You and I are in agreement. When it comes to this team, the reason we are so trash in attack is because of how this manager views talent in attack.
Yeah.
That's true.
He said Sancho isn't good enough, leave. He said Martial isn't good enough, leave. He said Pellistri isn't good enough, leave. He called it a mortal sin for Donny van de Beek not to play for Manchester United, only for him to come through and not play Donny van de Beek. He has shown us on repeated occasions his philosophy on football. See ball, kick ball, chase ball type players. Rashford, unfortunately, does not have the intelligence to read which pockets to jump into, when to trigger my run. The ball's on this side of the pitch. Where should I position myself? He's never had that. It's always been the
I don't think he's ever had that training.
Huh?
I don't think he's ever had that training.
Bro, I don't think he's got the intelligence.
Honestly, I do agree with that point. I'm not even going to front. I do agree with that point. I think the closest we probably got was a Van Gaal when it came to how the intricate styles of play. Because Jose was just, you understand, like it's a bar fight. We're not really trying to play football. We're trying to intimidate you, and hopefully the ball ends up in the back of the net. And in this day and age, that type of football is fucking outdated. So that's why he suffered. But I just think his technical level, right, with his athleticism kind of dropping a bit, has exposed the type of technical talent he has even more. Because if you didn't have enough pace, you have to rely on your technical ability to at least survive.
No, but he's got good dribbling though.
What? No, don't do this to me, Corey. Corey, don't do this to me.
No, don't do it.
Corey, we talk about Rashford crashing into walls, running into walls, not being able to beat a man properly.
Hold on a minute. Rashford.
We talk about that a lot.
2 seasons. He's been crashing.
Rash Bandicoot.
Yeah. He's been crashing into walls for 2
That's
seasons.
what I'm saying. But Corey, it's like this, right?
At one stage,
he can make a sharp turn.
You couldn't stop
it.
He had make that sharp turn into a wall.
Wait, are we talking about the 30-goal season where he was unbeatable, or the rest of his 9 years at Manchester United where he's been doing the wrong thing?
A lot of his years at Man United, even under his first year under Van Gaal, everyone knows already his dribbling ability was insane, absolutely insane. Even second and third, his second and third year. From when Jose came, it just started to go downhill because really and truly, we wasn't really dribbling like that. We didn't have players to try and dribble and get at players. It was more of a we stay compact and then we bomb it and Rashford runs because that's all he knows. Literally from after Jose, we've had Oli, need I say anymore? And now we're having Ten Hag, where his first few years at Man United, Ten Hag has been bomb it over the top and Rashford go do your thing.
Yeah, he did that in the first season, and we've seen the best. Have we seen that the best of Rashford?
That's when we saw the best.
He's been here for 9 years. Basically, 6 of his years have been bombing it over the top and run. How do you expect?
I don't know if it's been 6.
Doing the same thing for round about 6 years to now start doing technical stuff?
Because there's a way that athletes behave that's just natural to them, right? Like if I have a player who loves to dribble, no matter what system I put him in, he's gonna get the tricks off. It's like he's gonna show you something. With Rashford, at his peak ability, we've only seen him run and chase after the ball. We've never been like in a game where, you know what? Oh my gosh, you see that move that Rashford?
Yeah, he destroyed him. He owned him.
You see the 1-2 touches that he put together to score a goal? We see glimpses. But primarily when you talk, like, who's his comp? People were always comparing, at his peak, him and Mbappe because of the speed, of the threat that he was getting behind the back line and really punishing you. And when it just takes a half a step. When that half a step is gone, you really see the deficiencies in his game. And now again, that's not all Rashford's fault, right? Because if you have a manager who's like, you know what, this isn't Rashford's game today, at least. Let me put somebody in who fits the bill. You save him from himself. You save him from going out there looking foolish. I just think his floor, technically, isn't where the rest of the Man United's 11 is.
And even outside of that, Eddie, yes, all players have strong attributes to their game, or most, and some have weaknesses. How about you improve? We've seen no improvement in him whatsoever. What is Rashford better at?
Yeah.
Huh? What's Rashford better at? He's been here almost 10 years. What is Rashford significant? You've been here 10 years. What are you significantly better at?
The issue with Rashford is...
Corey, you can answer that question.
No, I was going to say the issue with Rashford is
Go on.
he was made to be something that he should have never been. That's the biggest issue with Rashford. He came into the team on a technicality. Really, if we didn't have them injuries, he would have got sold off to another club. Like with a decent manager, he would have gone. And I feel like with Rashford, at the time when he needed it, somebody needed to tell him to. I don't think he's an arrogant you or anything. I think he's just PR and everything. I don't think in real life, I don't think he'd be that arrogant and stuff. I don't see that. But I feel like a manager should have recognized that he's the Sterling of our team at City and just taught him to do that one role, arrive at the back post. If you can cut in and shoot, great, but don't do it every time. And to just, if Rashford was told, cut in and shoot when the opportunity presents itself, if we tactically say that I don't know, that right back's no good, or you've got a slow midfield, or the space opens up, go to the byline and cross it in, or arrive at the back post. If he was just told simple stuff like that, calm. But because this guy has been given that ultimate freedom, just like we're seeing with Bruno as well, he should be told simple role, because we see it at Portugal and stuff like that. That's the issue, guys, and it's too far gone now. Bruno and Rashford are too far gone, by the way. You can't turn around to Bruno now and say, can you play a simple role and stuff? He's just going to do what he wants. So what are you saying, Corey?
No, I agree. In terms of what's Rashford improved on, what has Rashford trained on? I think that's the question. What have Man United trained Rashford on?
I think he just trains his strengths, you know. I don't think he trains his weaknesses.
But I saw him boxing the other day. He didn't go fight nobody.
I hear that, but where does self assessment? Where does self what's the word I'm looking for? Where does not self-worth? That's the wrong word.
Self-responsibility.
That's it. When does self-responsibility kick in as a professional?
I hear that. Yeah. So at the same time, now imagine. He said he comes out and says, "Oh, like I wanna dribble more, you know. I wanna be a bit more technical," and the manager just turns around and says, because this is probably what Ollie's probably said, what Jose's probably said. They've turned around and said, "Nah, man, all I need you to do is just sit back and just run on the counter for me. If you can't do that, then you won't play." Jose would have probably said that. If you can't follow the rules, you're not playing.
That's all.
Yeah, but wait.
Go on.
I just want to say something. As a football player, even though your coaches give you those instructions to work on,
I was going to say
you at Manchester United have to work on the other areas that you're weak at, because you're responsible for your own development, not just the club in terms of giving you the foundation and the facilities to develop, but you as well have to look at yourself and see, what am I not good at that I can improve on? And Rashford knew what he was not good at in terms of making decisions, scoring. When he has time on the ball to score a goal, he makes the wrong decisions. And he could have worked on that. And in additional, he's dribbling as well. He could always work on that, because, of course, Manchester United will always give you dribbling drills in training. We've seen rondos. We've seen all of that. All the clips. Every time we see a clip, it's rondos.
And I've already, even outside of that, he's regressed. Yeah. I can't remember the last time. Remember when he used to do the flip-flop? Remember when he used to do that?
It's on him.
I remember there was a montage. Remember when he used to do it? I don't even see him try skills anymore.
That Rashford was insane.
So this is my point, Corey. That's in the locker. And even if he did that and it didn't go right, I go, at least you're trying something. I don't even see him attempt.
Do you not think the manager said no?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think the manager was telling him to do that.
How can you tell me a guy that was flip-flapping, man? Yeah, that was doing Rabana crosses, that was trying to do the madness in dribbling through like a whole bunch of players. Now stop doing that, and now he's literally getting the ball, coming close to the player, turning around and giving it back.
Yeah, Corey, he does that. He's just not that good, Corey. He's just not that good.
He's not that guy.
He's just not that good, Corey, man.
He got a taste of the sweet life. He got a taste of the sweet life, boss. Honestly, he got gassed up. Not this season, but a couple seasons ago when he really burst on the scene, seeing that his way got him X amount of goals, right? And at the same time, he couldn't forecast that he would damn near break his back and have his shoulder busted up. And a manager like Ollie play him again and again and again, which really took a toll on him, like he did the other players, right? Man United's style of play is partly responsible for the amount of injuries that we see our players continuously having, unless you're Luke Shaw, which in that case is because you got a big back. That's different. That's way different.
Pause.
But hey, I forget. My bad. Pause.
Hey, I heard there's no pause in football.
Big back means heavy set in the States, but big back, it.
I'm glad you clarified that.
It's cool.
Eddie trying to get away with a technicality in terms of UK and US. Is that what you're trying to do?
Wild.
That's crazy. But back to the point I was making is that the bench options were horrible. They're horrible. They're terrible options. They are absolutely awful options now. Again, does a better manager get better out of these players? Yes, I agree. But we know the manager we have. Our options off the bench were Højlund, Rashford, Mount, and Anthony.
How better?
How much better is it? How much better? Spurs better. Because Spurs attack's not good and they still score goals.
Yeah.
You rate wait, Corey. You rate Spurs attack last season?
No, hold on a minute.
I rate our attack more than Spurs. I rate our attack more than Spurs.
So you rate our attack more than Spurs. So how come Spurs still scored so many more goals than us?
Yeah, because obviously they've got a consistent way of attacking. They've got a system in their coach.
Okay, let me ask you then, Corey. Do you think we score more goals than Spurs this season?
I think we score the same. I'll be honest.
Do you think we score the same?
I think they score more.
I think we score the same.
You think we score the same amount? All right, how many goals do you think we score in the league?
Have they scored more than us this season?
Of course they have, Eddie. Of course they have, Eddie. Without even checking, of course they have. Of course they have. Without even checking.
They just scored 3 this weekend.
You think we score 50? You think we score 50 league goals? 50 league goals, and do you think Spurs get 50 league goals? Yeah, Corey United till he dies, man. I respect it still. I respect it highly, Corey. Man. I rate it, yo, man. I rate it, Corey, yo. Corey will go down with the shit, man. Corey, a real one, man.
You've got one player in Son that can finish. Plus, he's getting old. If you saw him getting off the bus, you'll know. Yeah?
Yeah, he's a centre forward.
Richarlison, don't even
rubbish.
Listen, yeah? Kulu can't hit a barn door. Brennan,
Johnson's
them man running off the socials. You already
Well, you know what they have, Corey. You know what they have? That's a big difference. A manager that has implemented a system to get the most out of these limited players. This is why they scored so many last season.
Did you just watch our last game?
Yeah, it was a one-off.
Can Manchester United build on performance versus Crystal Palace? Did you watch the last game?
I did. And let me ask you that question. Can we build on that performance against Crystal Palace?
Yeah,
Corey, you don't have to answer, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's the question. That's the question.
That's the question. I want to bring up the question.
You brought up the question yourself, Corey. You brought up the question yourself.
What I will say is, if
Corey, a real one, you know.
If we do start playing, even if we start playing that way against the smaller, the quote unquote smaller teams.
Yeah,
I think we will score much more goals.
You score more goals, but you just said we score 50 league goals this season.
Well, how many did we score last season? Right,
you know what the reality is? You know what the reality is? We can't. You know what the reality is? We can't actually say that statement anymore as well. You know, about the smaller team. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what's mad? Yeah, exactly. We saw the last match. You know what? We can't even make that statement about.
Yeah.
We can't make that statement about lower teams.
Jez, when's the last time we outscored Spurs? Legit. When's the last season we outscored them?
No, even the season we finished third,
sure?
They scored more than us. Even the season we finished third, they scored more than us. They scored 70 goals. We scored 58.
Yo, Corey, man, you don't realize how bad our attack is, man. I'm telling you.
Wait. How many goals did we score that season?
10 Hag's first season, we scored 58 goals, and they scored 70.
With a terrible attack. So this is the point I'm making.
They conceded a lot more than us. They had a terrible goal difference. They had
Kane, you know what's crazy?
Even without Kane, they scored more goals.
They had Kane, but Corey, you know what's crazy? They scored more without Kane the season after.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, they have. Yeah.
Because like I'm pointing out and I keep stating, sister. So when you say how much better could we perform under a better man, this attack, as much as I criticize it, could score 70 league goals.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I watch Spurs' attack that I don't rate get 70 plus.
Last time Last time we scored more than Spurs was 2020 and 2021. We scored 73 goals. That was the last time we scored 70 goals. Yeah.
Who was that under? Was that
And when's the last time before that?
That's
And when's the last time before that? We got more than we scored more than Spurs. We
scored more than Spurs.
Yeah. It was that time.
Good times, man. Good times.
So Corey, man.
The season before that, we had more than them.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Ollie in.
So basically, last time Arsenal won the trophy, which is half a decade, is the last time we scored more goals than Spurs. Right,
and then 18-19, I think Mourinho's last season was when Spurs scored more than us again by 2 goals. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, first. But hey, you lot, run up the likes. Over 40 of you lot in the building at 50 likes. Let's get up to 60 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Let's go up to 70 likes, actually. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. We'll get to it because I'm seeing 1 second. Wait.
We haven't really addressed the question. How can Man United build on the performance from Crystal Palace?
No. I said, can Manchester United? You know what, can Manchester United? Can we? We'll go to you. Can we? Man said, how? Whoa.
I mean, I said, sorry. I said, how? I missed.
We already entered the can.
Build on the performance from Crystal Palace.
Yeah, what did he say?
We should address the title.
Right? Yeah, we gonna using
how and can.
We just asking questions. We just asking questions, Ivorian. So what we doing, boss? We just asking questions, man. Ain't nothing to it.
Same thing happened to me yesterday too. Someone on Twitter was like, "You think Arsenal got robbed?" And I was like, "I put question marks. Like I put, did Arsenal get robbed? Question marks." And I'm like, "I didn't think Arsenal got robbed or whatever."
We're removing all the context you applied. Put in our own context to make it look like that's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Manchester United. Well, someone who has come in for criticism from that game is Bruno Fernandes. I always say Bruno. Cheek, we'll go to you on that. Faults on the criticism he is now receiving, in particular after the subs was made.
Can we get a quote as well? Someone put the quote down.
Yeah, someone put the
criticism he's been receiving.
Yeah,
he's been receiving criticism.
Surprisingly, yeah. Who would have thought?
Finally,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, on this channel, he gets criticism all the time. What's new? Like, what is new?
Not new. Yeah, in this city, it's different. But I'm saying outside the city, now I'm seeing mainstream media, social media, people questioning whether he should be in the team. Why does he start every week? Because there's that clip that's going around from the Palace game where he gave the ball away 3 times in like a minute.
Yeah, so
I remember I was watching that as well, and we was laughing at it. Yeah, that's Bruno for you.
There's that, right? There's the fact that he gives the ball away so much and all that. I think he's missed 4 clear-cut chances this season so far, so he's cost us points there already. In the Fulham game, he missed 2 big chances. Let's also not forget this guy, Bruno Fernandes, who's captain of Manchester United Football Club, currently on 300K and more, has only played 1 Champions League knockout game at Manchester United Football Club. Just 1. And that we lost against Atletico Madrid. So this is just to remind you that this is the player that everybody loves to glaze over and twerk over. You look at other captains and you look at like, someone like Odegaard. When you take Odegaard out of the team of Arsenal, look how they look. And look how disjointed they can be and stuff like that, right? You take out Bruno from our team, we're all happy. We're all like, shit, finally, this is what we wanted.
I'd love to see us with because he's always there. I don't know how we look without him. I'd love to see us without for 4 or 5 games. He don't miss games.
Yeah,
this guy's always there.
Like last year, remember when people tried to tell us about his injury record, this and that? We're like, yo, we're telling you with experience, this guy don't miss a game because we see him every fucking week. We see him week in, week out. But I mean, to talk about Bruno's footballing ability, I think we've all talked and said enough about his footballing ability. He's not nowhere near the standard of Manchester United Football Club. His whole career that he's been at Manchester United just been based off of stats, just based off of him, stat padding week in, week out, season after season. But when it comes to the big games, when it comes to the big moments, he often shies away. He's like a little crybaby. He's like a little rat. When the going gets tough, he's just complaining to his mom all the time. Like, that's just the type of player that he is. There's no real standards. We've seen the likes of players like Roy Keane and other, captains who've been at Manchester United Football Club, and to go from that and that type of, mentality and that type of level to someone like Bruno is crazy. I look at a lot of the teams in the world at this moment, top teams, and I don't think Bruno starts for any of them. And that itself should tell you everything. That itself should just tell you everything. We have a player who's at 300K plus a week, who's our captain, has been our captain for 2 years now, who won't start in the top teams in Europe. That itself should tell you everything. So that's just the situation that we're in. No rival player would take Bruno from us. No, every player that was like every team or rival fan, if Bruno stays and signs another contract, celebrates. So that should just tell you everything.
Didn't Klopp want him?
Klopp backed
Klopp
out,
also
man.
wanted.
Hey,
Klopp
hey,
also
you know
wanted
what?
Mario
Backed
Götze.
out.
Hey, you know what?
Klopp
Klopp also wanted Mason Mount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Klopp also
Backed
wanted
out.
Mario Götze before he signed Sadio Mane and Mo
That
Salah.
wanted Maguire.
like,
Pochettino,
Yeah.
all these players.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
yeah, he did.
Mhm.
He did.
When they
too.
He also wanted
Maguire,
Declan. He also wanted
Maybe
Declan
they
Rice.
have some sort of quality, but maybe the manager isn't showing that. Could be.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Who
Though.
knows?
I don't know.
Maybe.
We've-
I mean, hey, listen, we had the manager was here before this too. We had a different manager before this too, and he didn't show no quality then either.
Exactly. I don't
Corey
think
goes-
anything's changed
Corey
from.
goes sink on the ship, man. I respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Corey, you can ride out with the ship and sail it down. You can be like
I'm
Leonardo,
riding out.
Leonardo DiCaprio and die with the ship, bro.
Bro,
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
riding out for
And you know
idiots.
what?
I'm riding
Since
out
we're
for
here,
Oh, you right out for idiots. All right,
I'm
Corey.
right
So
now
let me
for
ask you then.
idiots.
Let me
I'm
ask
right
you,
now
what's
for
your
idiots,
thoughts on the
That's
criticism Bruno's received after this Palace game? What's your thoughts on it?
Let me check the Ineos chat quick one second.
Yeah. Check the Ineos chat, man. You have Ratcliffe from Barada and
They said he just needs to stop wasting the ball a little bit. That's all I have to say. No further comment there.
No, nothing but at least give us consistency and actually playing
No,
in the midfield and help out your midfield team players and stop trying to be a second striker. That's all we want.
Bruno's
Do you know what
captain
thing?
of 2 trophies in 2 seasons. Please leave him alone, okay?
Yeah. Do you know what I'll say? When it goes to Bruno Fernandes, yeah, I would accept Bruno Fernandes if he was much more disciplined in his position, if he drops back and helps that midfield of ours here, because there's so many times in games where, especially in the big games, where you need to be playing more compact and help that midfield of Manchester United and not allow Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo to be run at and let them die. In big games, that's when, a captain like Roy Keane would say, we need to be a bit more compact in midfield. We need to be together and make sure that we are helping each other and battling. And Bruno never battles in that midfield. He evades that position and we're always left stranded. And we just want a bit of consistency as well with Bruno Fernandes, because I can accept the GAs. It's fantastic when you see the records, GAs and all that kind of stuff, but keep the ball. Be disciplined in position. Just stay in midfield. Play in midfield. You don't need to be a number 10. You're a fraud. Bruno Fernandes, a number 10. Nah, man, you can't be, because a number 10 is a playmaker. He's what the team represents in style of play. He makes things happen. And Bruno doesn't make things happen.
Yeah, it makes things happen.
But he frauds us. That's what he does. It's a G8. He's Nigerian, He's Nigerian.
Bruno is
Actually, yeah.
Bruno.
He's Nigerian. He's the Portuguese Nigerian. He is frauding us.
What do you guys think? Yeah, instead of playing, because obviously Mainoo's had their games in it. I'm not really trying to see Mainoo play too many games. Like he still needs to play it for me. What do you think about Eriksen going into, or actually Bruno going into the 8 and Eriksen going into the 10?
I like the former. I like the latter, not the former.
Yeah.
The latter part of your statement,
Why does
I'm with.
Bruno have to be in the team? That's my thing.
No,
What does he have to be?
Wait.
Why can't we just take him out? Why does he have to be in there?
Because he's a Portuguese magnifico.
The fact that we called
I'm trying to
him
be
Portuguese
realistic, though. I'm trying to
Magnifico
be realistic, innit?
before we ever called Nani that
Bruno's
is
going to be
crazy.
in this side. Like it or
So-
not, this season Bruno's going to play every
He's
game.
going to be there. He's going to be there.
Yeah, so what
Personally,
can we do?
me-
What can we do to include Bruno in the team?
This is what we're doing now.
Wait,
That's
what
what
can we
we
do?
need, bro. Let's be honest.
We can include him in the team. Can we be successful with him in the team?
I have my
Yes,
own
Corey.
agenda.
Can we
No,
be
that's the
successful
thing.
with him in the
I
team?
don't want Bruno in the 8.
I want them to put Bruno at the 6 so they can hate him as much as they hate Casemiro. That's just
I don't
me
even
on my
want
agenda
that. Do you
purpose.
guys
That's
see
what
how
I
much he
want to
loses
see.
the ball? Do you want
But-
him to lose the ball in the 8 and the 6? Do you know how much he
Yeah.
loses the ball, Bruno?
He-
I would hate that if he's in
To
the 8
me,
and the 6.
to me, I'm not gonna lie. He's less damaged when he's in the 8. If it's settled right. Do you know why? Because one of the things we've seen consistently is when we lose the ball, that 10 space to 8 is such an easy area for the opposite team to run in, and it just puts them on the front foot straight away.
The other thing is,
I feel like, do you know what I want for United? Why don't we just play a flat 3 in midfield and just give them clear roles? Like if you have a 6 and 2 8s, yeah, even if it is Eriksen who ends up being an 8 or whatever, yeah, as long as they know clear roles, like you're going to be the guy that kind of we want you to get in these positions, but guys, this is how you're going to set up defensively. Why is that so difficult?
You know why it's so difficult? Because of the manager we have, Leon.
Yeah,
that's why it's so difficult.
I think I've been waiting
It's
to
the
play
manager.
for Manchester United to play the 4-3-3.
So the answer to your question,
for
Flawless, is no. Are we finished? We just end the stream. It's no.
So it's the manager, it's the manager, and it's the player's mindset. I'm gonna be real. I can't keep blaming Ten Hag for how Bruno's. I can blame him for enabling it.
Yes,
but Bruno has been this way since he got here. And like I said, well, shout out to Lil Durk. He still be alive if you ain't gas him up. Y'all wouldn't think he's that good if he wasn't gassed up by Ollie, wasn't gassed up by this fan base. Because on this channel, and I'm sure other channels that are out there, they've called Bruno out for this kind of behavior for time.
Yeah.
We said, okay, he scored a goal, cool. But what about that one time when he gave the ball back 5 times in a row? But we drew 1-0, 1-1, but without his goal, it would have been a loss. Well, maybe without him turning the ball over so goddamn much, they wouldn't have scored.
Yeah.
But people go out, they type it, they go and they come to this chat, they tell us we're crazy because of how we speak on Bruno. But what's understood doesn't need to be explained. We knew who this guy's been, and that's why when people are talking about why don't we do this, why don't we do that, we can't do that because Bruno's gonna try and race his shadow into the back of the net. Y'all ever seen when Bruno used to be going out there running around, just running to press the goal? So he'll run to the back of the net.
The shadow probably beats him. The shadow probably beats him.
Who you running after, dog?
Yo, you know what? His shadow probably has better ball retention.
Yeah, his shadow is probably more athletic than him.
Way more elusive. Way more elusive.
It is facts, but he knows how to get in the half spaces. You know what I'm saying? Should have gave the shadow a new deal, but that's he races his shadow to the back of the net.
Because I'm looking at him just like, bro, like I can't take you nowhere. You feel me? Because if I'm in a fight and we about to get jumped, you know who's running first. Bruno running first.
Yeah. I hear
Bruno the type to see the crowd come around that corner, not tell nobody, just take off.
Yeah.
You try to ask, what the hell's going on? By that time, the bat that hit you in the dome, you knocked out. Somebody putting foot to chest. It's all bad. That's Bruno.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Man, I can't deal with that dude, man.
There is other players. Like the players the players do need to do better. But again, are they being set up to? I've said this before. We don't have the individual players to cover for the deficiencies of the manager, and we don't have the manager to cover for the deficiencies of the players.
We have like no one who comes on and provides a moment of brilliance, because I feel like Palace, that game required something like that, and we had everything going towards our way up until he made those substitutions and fucking changed everything. And yeah, that's the reality of it.
Who made it that way though? Who made it that way?
Him, of course. But
we used to call ourselves Moments FC.
Yeah, we were brilliant. Yeah,
we was under Oli.
But I mean, like, I feel like every team needs to have that aspect to their squad at all times, because there will be times where you will have trouble in trying to break down low blocks, and the game's just tough and this and that, and then you look towards those players that you can bring off the bench, not necessarily saying produce a moment of brilliance, but just change the game. We brought on nobody that changed the game. If anything, we brought on players that made us worse. We started hoofing the ball, which is something that we hate.
When we stopped signing, the biggest of players. That all
true.
After Ronaldo, forget about it. We ain't got no moments players. What? Yeah. You're telling us we have to make a moments player?
No, but a club like Manchester United should always have players that can create moments.
We should,
but moments shouldn't be our bread and butter.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, of course.
What player have we made past Ferguson that's a moments player?
Honestly, we did have a player who would have been that type of player, Greenwood. He would have been that player for us. He was that player for us.
Yeah, he's not here. But even outside of that, barring that, and I hear you, Corey, that should just be. Ivorian hit the nail on the head. That should be a part of it. If we have actual quality individuals, we should have quality individuals, number one. And number two, we should have a quality system as well. Yeah. Then the third thing should be, all right, if the system is if the team we're playing, if their system is affecting our system, and we're struggling, and they're shutting down our quality players. Then we should have players who where you're not playing well, and a moment of magic wins you a game. Well, we don't have any of those things. We don't have quality players. We don't have a quality system, and we don't have and this is why we're terrible. This is why Leon's name is 5 goals in 5 games. I get it, because I was shut down all summer long. So I was toxic and negative. I didn't know what I was talking about when I said, "All right, we are not doing anything this season." I wrote off this season before it started. I said, "I'll see you lot in 2025/26 because we are doing nothing under this manager and nothing with this team." And I was told, "Oh yeah, we can get 85 league goals, 88 league goals, 90 league goals from who? Who are these players that all of a sudden are magically going to transform?"
That will score us 20 goals.
Definitely not.
All comps.
We don't even need that. We don't even need that. Like, if
What, what do we need?
We don't know. If you're looking at like teams like
help.
Even like Arsenal's a good example. It's horrible
we
to
need
see.
help.
Like, well, yeah, we do need help, but you know what it is? Like every player, the good teams, every player contributes in it. Even if your defenders get like 5 in a season and stuff, but nothing. The only thing that's set up well in this team, which is what any basic manager could do, is the back four. And really, to do that back four drills and to keep them tight together, it's not the hardest thing. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're playing with certain profiles. If you're going to play with like a De Ligt, a Euro, a Martinez in there, just any of them 3 combinations, even Maguire in a De Ligt, it will work. Do you know what I mean? We're lucky because we've got 2 technical fullbacks who are not the world's best, but they're kind of in this era of football. They're good players. So we're kind of lucky in that department there, but you have to get the combinations right. Do you know what I mean? You can't, I always talk about this. You can't do curry goat as a recipe and then just turn around and say, yeah, we're going to use turkey. It's like, brother, it doesn't work. Like, what are you doing? Like, it don't work. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to use mutton seasoning. I think we're just going to use garlic and turkey. It's like, bro, you're not making it then. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, idiot.
Yeah, facts.
So it just don't work in it. Like, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm not getting too carried away with the results, like the Barnsley thing, and even when what was the game before we played all right as well?
Southampton
3-0.
Southampton, because
3-0.
I noticed the same thing when the technical players are playing together. Oh, it's just miraculously we start playing better. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god!
Who would have thought that technical players will keep the ball, Leon? Who would have thought?
Mate, look at the right wing. Look at Zertsky, Ahmad, and Mazraoui. Just simple football, the way they connect with each other, and then Ericsson joins it. It's just a Maino and that. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Do you know what I mean?
I've changed my stance now.
Go on, what's your stance, Corey? Go on. Let me hear this.
From this now, my whole mindset's just been changed.
Okay.
So I just see Everton are looking at Gareth Southgate. My mind's changed now. Like 10 I can go now.
Is it? Because now they're looking at Gareth Southgate. Because they got no way.
Hey, you triggered me, bro. Even Eddie's triggered. You just said Gareth Scrubgate. Don't trigger us, man.
No way that new owners looking at Southgate. That's
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, it's okay, man. They can keep
I
looking
don't like
at
this.
it.
You see, I don't like the possibility of something happening. Yeah, I don't like that. I need for Man United. I need 100% assurance. Yeah, that's why Omar he's assured me that we're gonna do something. He assured me. I felt like it was personal. That letter felt personal to me. It felt like it was
I remember Omar's your guy. Yeah, I remember.
Omar Barada's letter, innit?
That's why I believe something's happening. But the manager, he can cut. I don't think he was wanted him anywhere. That's what I was hearing.
You keep believing in. You know what? Keep believing in any of your story. Let me know how that goes. Big up to Northside for the raid as well, man. Shout out Northside every single time. Everyone who's joined over from the raid, run up the lights. So we're closing out in 15 minutes. Anyway.
Just a quick one as well, yeah. Go on. Just a quick one. Eddie, a word on Southgate.
He's a scrub.
What's the source on that, Corey?
He's a scrub.
Because they got new owners. They get new ownership. But they're looking at Southgate for true.
Let me tell you something.
I hope they get him.
Everton's prospective owner, their new owner, has identified Gareth Southgate as potential.
Please take him.
You know what this is? Eddie, this has been a tough stream for you, innit? This has been a tough stream. It's been a hard stream. Yeah, flawless. Sometimes just maybe say to him next week, look, Eddie, it's been a tough stream for Eddie, man.
I'm listening, dog. It's like, no, this shit ain't gonna get no better. This shit ain't gonna get no better no time soon. I have to watch these scrubs play on Saturday, and then you know what, Flawless? You should have had the 10 Hag quotes that I saw.
What was the 10 Hag
quote conference today?
Which one?
Where he was talking about FC20 Like, I guess that's the one
Oh
club
yeah, I saw that.
that he viewed.
Yeah, nice.
He says Eric Ten Hag on facing FC 20. I would have preferred to play against somebody else. It's not nice to hurt
You
somebody.
don't
Right.
even fight.
He's giving me the guaranteed.
You don't
Brother,
even
he's giving me
fight.
the guaranteed. That
What is he a
Arsenal,
20 fan? Is he a 20 fan? Is this what this
That's
is?
one of his clubs. It's one of his former clubs that he managed.
He finna be a 20 manager, God willing. God willing, finna be a 20 manager. I tell you that much. God damn, take his ass back.
I tell you what, they sent a letter out. Let's send an email to 20 and tell the board to come and watch Ten Hag. You know, like when we go and scout players. Come and scout.
No wonder we were conceding 20 plus shots on target. This guy's favorite club is FC 20. Literally, that's literally his favorite club.
They better watch that game. He'll get fired. He'll try to sit in the front seat of the plane. They won't even give him that. They'll just stuff his punk ass in the suitcase and put him at the bottom of the plane, have him ride back to Amsterdam that way. I'm done, bro. What do you mean? You don't even fight. You don't even fight. What do you mean? It's not nice to hurt something you love, brother. You got packed out by Copenhagen. Relax. Relax.
Flawless.
Yo.
Flawless. You've been working hard at this YouTube thing for a bit now. You know what I mean? You built a good, solid followers base. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's your time to really have like a viral video. So if we start a GoFundMe, get Eddie over on a flight, and then we can just get him behind the scenes where Eddie speaks to Ten Hag and finally meets Ten Hag. Channel's gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you would.
Listen.
Yeah.
Call security. Call security.
Security.
Call security.
Moving over to
This index is like, what the? I mean, it's like, what the fuck are you doing in my club, man? You call security, dog. Shout out to security. He had more patience than me.
Yeah.
I might have knocked his ass off his bike. I might have just taken one for the team. Just flew over them steps a little bit, hit him off his bike. You feel me? He come to the game, he got that red scar right over here. Like, yeah, I did that. They showed the game in the jail. I don't know how y'all jails work. Y'all jails look like they have some type of interior setup with like TVs and food. I don't know. But I be in there.
Yeah, you got TV and food. Don't worry. Yeah, you got TV and food. Yeah.
I'm hoping I just wake up one day and I see like Eddie and Eric Ten Hag, the face-off, where there's just a thumbnail of them sitting like across each other from a table. And the video is like 20 minutes long of 19 minutes of Eddie just talking.
You mean like the gloves are off, yeah?
I'm showing out like Chisora. I'm flipping the table.
You're gonna tell. He's gonna tell you relax, Eddie. Relax. Yeah. You're gonna say if you want to go, let's go. If you want to go right now, let's go. Intimidate me.
Is it? Hey, to the chat. To the chat. Is he a 20 fan? Is that what it is? Is he a FC 20
he played for 20.
And of course he helped. Remember, 20 was the first club. He was assistant manager to Steve McLaren when Steve McLaren went to FC 20 and won the Eredivisie
as captain there.
Eredivisie.
Yeah.
He
won like
that makes sense.
He was a centre
Nah,
back.
it makes sense. Nah, it fully makes
Europa
sense.
fucked up making this a home game, not an away game, so he can leave his ass in Holland.
He wasn't a great football player, just to let you know. Eric Ten Hag wasn't a great football player.
Yeah.
No, he
He played 162 times for them, so he can't have been.
Yeah, he played a lot. Yeah, I'm looking there. He played a lot of matches for them. Yeah, he played a lot.
Phil Jones played 200 plus for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Phil Jones played 200 plus for us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Warrior J saying prediction for the Europa League game, FC 20 Tottenham game on Sunday. Ivor, will go to you first and foremost. FC 20 scoreline prediction.
Definitely, I feel like 3-0 whitewash against FC 20. Tottenham, we can beat them 2-1, man.
Tottenham 2-1. Corey, same to you, both games.
Oh, no, I need like a 3-4-1, bro. I'll be honest.
No, I didn't say what you need. Don't do that. I didn't say what you need.
I'm thinking 3-1.
You thinking 3-1 against FC 20 and the Spurs game on the weekend?
Oh no, FC 20.
Yeah,
FC 20 first.
Wait, FC 20 good? Do you guys know?
I have no idea about them.
How would you
going up against Ten Hag?
Eric Ten Hag played there. They're probably not that good.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Would you say Barnsley's better or same level?
No, they're better than Barnsley. Come on now.
Yeah, I'd say 20 is better than Barnsley. If they're in the
they're currently fourth in Eredivisie. They're currently fourth in the Dutch league.
Yeah, 1-0.
They're currently fourth.
Yeah, 1-0.
6 games played. They've won 3, drawn 2, lost 1, scored 12 goals, conceded 5.
Yeah,
1-0.
1-0.
Oh,
1-0.
Yeah,
1-0.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, they won 5-0 on the weekend against Almere. Before that, they beat Herenveen
5-0.
Yeah, they won 5-0 against Almere away. But how good Almere are, I have no idea.
Positive.
I have no idea. Almere are currently 17th and haven't won a game in the Dutch league, just for context.
And we're currently 11th. I'm just saying, we're currently 11th.
1-1.
You saying 1-1 against FC 20 and what was it? 2-1 against Spurs, 3-1?
3-1 against Spurs.
Yeah, just saying it's a decent side. Eddie, what you saying? Both games, FC 20 and Spurs. 2 home games, 2 competitions.
Probably 2-0 against 20. You see what I did there?
Yeah, nice.
Then Spurs is 0-0.
Spurs 0-0.
I just think again, shout out to Rance when he hit that shit. At the end of the night, you see them 2 girls fighting. One got black all along the bottom of her foot. One got eyelash over here, eyelash over there. Just looking a mess, man. Just looking a mess, big dog. It's not gonna be pretty. Yeah, it's just 0-0. So that's the only thing I feel comfortable saying. I can't even do my 1-0 to United no more because couldn't score a fucking goal against Palace.
Such low quality in that game.
Bro,
we're gonna get. You just talked about it, right? Everyone. Everyone's gonna cuss us out. Everyone's gonna cuss us out.
It's mid versus mid. It's literally 10th versus 11.
About the front threes of both.
It's gonna be.
It's Son, Brennan Johnson.
It's mad.
And who else?
Maybe Timo Werner.
Holy fuck.
The wings option, Johnson and Werner.
I don't think Tottenham score against us. I changed my mind. I don't think Tottenham score against us.
I think we beat Tottenham. I think we beat Tottenham.
This the last game of the slate. Are we like the last game?
The lit header.
What are you asking, Eddie?
Is this the last game of that Sunday? Or we play Sunday?
Yeah. We did last game.
We play Sunday. Yeah, last game of Sunday.
Last game of Sunday.
God damn.
Yeah, for the final game.
So
4:30 a.m.
Where's the confidence in your boys? Ineos Corey, man. Don't do that.
Ineos Corey, bro. Rashford's there, man. Bruno's there.
Man like Omar.
Old Trafford. It's only Spurs.
Oh man.
We're at home, innit? So
yes,
it's only Spurs, Corey, man. You should be confident, man.
What? So you know what it is? Like, if any of you guys are going, please, like, just
I ain't going. I got better time. I got better times to waste money and time. I ain't going.
Route up the crowd, man. The crowd needs to be up for it, man.
So what you saying? You saying 2-0 United, yeah, Corey?
Yeah, I don't think it's sliding.
Wait. Hold on. You're telling me in the last 5 minutes, Corey hasn't made up his mind yet. Corey, you're holding this up.
Corey, it's Spurs. It's not like it's Arsenal or Liverpool. It's Spurs.
I want to play Garnacho and Ahmad, didn't it? I want to play Garnacho and Ahmad, but I know that Tottenham struggle against Rashford. They struggle against him.
Right.
But then,
what are you saying?
Rashford struggles with himself. Do you get it?
Say that. Yeah.
So this is the issue.
Yep.
No. 2-0.
2-0 United.
I don't think Tottenham score against us. I think the defense is pretty good. So.
First, the defense has been bad. I agree with that. Sheik, what are you saying?
We beat 20 2-1, and then actually no, we beat 20 2-0, and then Spurs we beat 3-1.
All right. What are you saying, Leo?
Me,
3 goals, Let's go, man.
Yeah. I think we do. I really think we do.
I feel like we'll beat 20 because when Ten Hag needs to get a win, he'll get a win. And then that message goes out to the fan base that it's a good win and stuff. But in context, I don't think there'll be nowhere near the quality. I just looked at the squad. There's no one. The only person I recognise is the keeper. He used to play for Hoffenheim or something, I think, years ago. And then the Spurs game, the way this game's set up, it should be a win for either team by a couple of goals because the way we play, it's whoever takes their chances. Basketball, isn't it? Really, they play high line, we play high line.
It's like it was last year.
I've been thinking for the last few weeks, it's got a draw written all over it. That one.
Fair enough.
And I can see that being a win and a draw, and then I can see what would that be? 7 games, 3 draws, 3 wins and a loss. Is that right?
Are you saying what across all comps? Or are you saying just the league?
Well, that would be the first 7 games, right? No, with the Barnsley game 8, would it be?
Play Barnsley, that's why I'm doing. Yeah.
I think he will win tomorrow. I think he will get it done tomorrow.
So you're saying 2-0 against 20, and then what? And then score draw against Spurs, or 0-0?
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. I think that's whoever finishes their dinner, and I think we're both bad at that. So
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Spurs 3-0 because they just show up, exploit us from in. Do you know what I mean? Behind and then do all that in it. But then, yeah, man, that was a semi-pause as well. But yeah, okay.
No, it's because real, bro. The attacking options are so hot and cold that like what Leon's saying makes sense because of how we structurally both set up and the opportunities. Like I think we had a 2-0 lead in that game at home at OT last time. And then just like that in quick hurry, it was 2-2. So
it was 2-2.
It could happen, but
I just hope that it's not like I just hope that it's not like Werner and Brennan Johnson scoring.
Well, the last one I just seen their team. Their front three, their midfield and front three. Well, the midfield was Højbjerg, Benson, Kerr, and Skip, and their front three was Werner.
Oh yeah, that's when they bopped us. They bopped us
last
that
season,
game, didn't they?
And that was two. And that was two apiece.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all this confidence is coming from that we gonna just run through these man because of the high line. But
I just feel like it's going to be either end game. Like if we're on it,
I think a draw.
Like,
I reckon it'll be a draw.
I've just got a feeling draw all over that one. So
yeah, a draw. I think we beat 20. I do. I think we beat them 2-0. And
who's the next game in the Europa League after 20? Who's the next game?
Is Fenerbahce? No, sorry, Porto away.
Oh shit!
And then Fenerbahce.
And then Fenerbahce away. And outside
we
of
have
that,
Porto away and Fenerbahce away back-to-back games.
Yeah, we got. So these are the next games: 20 at home tomorrow, Spurs at home Sunday, then Porto away, Villa away, Brentford at home, Fenerbahce away, West Ham away, Chelsea at home.
Oh man,
that's the start.
Europa League could go win, loss, and then we're trying to scrape it again like we did last season. Do you know what I mean? So
I think we'll do because of the new format. We'll be all right because I think after Fenerbahce and Porto away, you got PAOK, Bodo Glint, Victoria P. Yeah, we'll be at Rangers, FCSB.
You know what it is? I just hope that we don't get to that last game and it's like, oh, we missed the qualifying bit by a point, so now we're having to play two stupid games.
Yeah, facts. Now we should be able to finish in the top 8.
Yeah, it's shocking if we don't.
Damn.
Awful if we don't.
Surely we finish in the top 8. If not, we'll finish in the top 24 and be in the playoffs, like you say.
No, stop doing that.
Stop doing what?
The top 24 thing, man, is horrible.
What you mean? But I saying worst case scenario, we'll finish top 24. So the Europa League is a league format. So you have all the teams, so it's not groups, so all the teams are all in one league, and then you play 4 teams at home, 4 teams away. So you don't play everyone. Everyone plays 4 teams at home, 4 teams away, but not the same team. It's individual matchups, and then the top 8 will go through to the next round of 16, and then 9 to 24 all will play a 2-legged playoff to see who gets through to the next round of 16. So basically, we just got to finish in the top 8.
No, and guess what, guys? Our expectations is the top 8 in the Europa League.
100%.
Yeah, we just got to finish in the top 8.
Anyhow, we're in the under 8 to 26. Eric Changog out.
What? Who are we playing? We've got favorable. Do you know what? If we was a well-oiled machine, we got a beautiful run in the Europa League. If we was a confident team, we got a beautiful run. Yeah.
So these are the teams we play in the Europa League, Corey. 20 at home, Porto away, Fenerbahce away, PAOK at home, Bodo Glint at home. Yep. Victoria P away, Rangers at home, and then FCSB away. There are games.
Did you say Fenerbahce?
Yeah, we play
bro, I can't wait for that game. Mourinho's coming for smoke.
We're not winning that one.
Mourinho's coming for smoke.
That game, we're not winning. Turkish Ultra.
We play
Fenerbahce Ultras. That's going to be a hard night for us.
And
it's going to be a hard night.
Fred and Amrabat coming for.
Yeah, exactly. And against Jose as well.
Hey, Corey, don't do that. Hey, in Ineos you trust, don't do that. In Ineos, man. Wilcox, Barado. You know what I'm saying? Dan Ashworth.
Omar Barada, man.
Hey, just co-pilot.
The one thing I can't accept, sorry, is whenever we go against players, because we're going up against Fred, by the way, Whenever we go up against ex-players, we get cooked. Like Henderson, need I say anymore?
Yep.
Dog.
I hear that,
bro, all the time. So imagine fucking Maguire leaves and we got to play Maguire. Be like Beckenbauer, fam.
Hey man, hey. Like you said, man. No, like you said, Corey, man. In Ineos you trust, man. Don't worry about it, man. They got this.
Yeah, no, we'll win the Europa League. Don't worry about that.
We'll win.
Whoa.
I like the energy, man. will win
Ineos-
the Europa League.
You didn't
Mhm.
get the text.
That's what it is.
Maybe because you're not an Ineos fan. Maybe because you're not an Ineos fan.
Mad.
Yeah,
No
that's
text.
I'm
I
not.
got the text. Didn't
What
I?
was
I
the
got
text, Corey?
Listen, Omar said, I can't. It's actually confidential. I'm sorry, I can't read it.
Oh,
Next time, no. Next time.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat.
There we
Sorry,
go.
chat. Just
Sorry,
can't
chat.
read
But big up to the chat. We're gonna close out. Love to everyone that has locked in. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to Red United TV, subscribe to Big Six Lance, subscribe to Sheet TV. Make sure you add Unleash Sports, subscribe to all the ManDem, follow them all across the socials. Run up the likes here, hit the subscribe button as well. We're back live tonight, myself and Veta, the Manchester United Manchester City show, ManDem United podcast, ManDem City podcast. You know, Veta gonna have plenty to say in regards to what happened at home to Arsenal. So you know he's gonna have so much to say. That's 11:30 p.m. UK time. Might be slightly earlier, might be at 11:15 or 11 p.m. So just keep a lookout on on the upcoming schedule. We will win the Europa League. ManDem United on the 24th of the 9th, 2024. Saved it. Yeah, man. They got you, Corey, man. They got you. Corey's believing, man. That Ineos Kool-Aid. Crazy.
Listen, I believe
Eddie,
in Ineos.
Eddie, you want to say something?
Expectations.
Believe.
Corey, I'm with you with this
Alright.
one. Minimum expectation is to win the Europa League.
Listen,
Alright,
minimum
cool.
expectation top four, don't be, and it has to be
Yeah.
Europa League.
I'll leave that.
Oh,
to
next
you.
week as well. 'Cause I know you're doing Rance's thing, innit? You need to jump on
Yeah,
Rance's.
yeah.
Next
Redirect
week,
it to Rance now.
Eddie, can you make the title, please, next week, Eddie?
All right,
With
yes.
pleasure.
You know what? Yes, I will
these
do.
titles,
After the game against Spurs, I'll let you lot pick the title.
If you're not sure, we'll just call it Scrub Talk Part 1.
Scrub
And
Talk.
We'll do that like
just keep
every
that
week,
going until it
fellas.
gets to
Can you-
100.
That's
Can
a
you let-
script talk part 1.
Scrub
Fellas,
Talk.
can you let like one person make the title like every week?
Yes, we'll do that. Yes. Well, yeah. That's exactly what
That's
we'll do.
due to
Everyone will
popular
get to pick
demand
the
for
title.
us. So,
Yeah,
There we go. Hey, I think that
Okay.
titles are exceptional, but you know what? This is not a dictatorship. It's a democracy. So here we
Oh,
are.
nothing against your title.
Yeah,
It's just nothing against your title.
Hey, don't
I know
sound
what
like
the next
Shabba
week topic's
titles.
going to be. Can
No,
Man
sure.
United
Yeah.
can
No,
Man United
you
make the top
No,
8 in the
you
Europa League? I'm not here for it.
Never would I say that. I say like, oh, if we
Can
do,
Man United challenge
can we
Porto
bounce
this week?
back?
No.
Yeah, can we
No,
bounce back?
stop.
You know what I'm saying? That's a script talk, man. It's
Let
crazy.
this,
What
let
happened
this
to
week go
Hey,
well.
Leon, man.
Let
What happened
this
to
week go well. Where do Manchester
This is
United
hating
go
on
after
your-
three impressive performances?
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. Hey, so Leon, is it not 70 league goals no more in the league no more?
I didn't say
No.
70. Don't try.
Yeah,
that.
you
I
said
didn't
so.
say
So what
70.
did
I
you
said
say?
65. I said
Oh, you say,
65.
all right, so
Yeah,
is it still
I said
65? Is it still 65?
It's 5 in 5 games. So the only way is up, innit?
65 league goals.
How
Is it
many
still
games? There's 65
league
games
goals?
in the season, yeah? 65 games.
No, it's a 65 league goals.
If there's
That's
65
next
games
week's
in the
title.
season,
That's next
Yeah.
week's title.
Exceptional. Exceptional Warrior
That's
J, but the
next
man
week's
them will be
title.
picking this.
Can
No,
Man
we
United
never do
score
that.
65 goals?
Yeah, Manchester United prove their goal tally. Absolutely not. Scrub. I like scrub talk though. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That
Scrub
is
talk.
fine.
Shout out
I'm about to
Leon.
start adding that to the title. Scrub talk.
Scrub
But anyway,
talk.
we're
That
closing
sounds
out.
like a show that's hosted by Bruno. Scrub Talk.
Don't forget we're available on all audio
Put the
platforms.
picture of Bruno getting his second place medal after we got packed up by Villarreal.
Scrub
That's
Talk.
crazy.
Scrub
That's
Talk.
crazy. But yeah, people, we're closing out. We're going to redirect to rants. And don't forget as well, we are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, Sarcasm City TV, 5-stars. Same on iTunes, Apple Podcast, or you iPhone users, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts as well, people. So all the shows you see on the YouTube channel, apart from Watch Alongs, are available. But love to everyone that's locked in. You get this show every Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. UK time. But love, this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.